Extra Crown in 1985 was listening and said, haven't parents been complaining about kids emulating wrestling for decades, especially at its height in the 90s when it was mainstream? I agree the bag spot is overdone already, but I find it an odd complaint coming from Kev. Standards and practices killed WCW. Nash.
Standards and practices and fucking a manslaughter in your house with your children. Yeah, fuck. I don't think it's quite apples and oranges there. It's just like that's just not something smart to do.
Well, the thing too is that as a kid who emulated wrestlers myself, um, you know it's a work even as a kid, and so you're throwing working punches and working kicks, and the figure four doesn't really hurt unless you really want to hurt somebody. But I don't know if there's any way to work
Is that
putting a
how you?
plastic
Is that
bag
how
over a
you
little
looked
kid's head.
at it
What?
when you watched it?
As a kid?
Yeah,
Yeah. What? That it was a work?
yeah, but you would. I mean, because the guys did it, and it was like of a different caliber of work. Like some of the punching, some of the shots guys use, they just worked a different style where you could it almost felt like it was more sporty, like more like bare fist fight, like it just had a different feel to that era.
What I'm saying, as a kid, you could work a punch with your friends.
Yeah, but
It's when the light bulbs started coming in and the fucking
no,
ladders and stuff.
I
It's hard to work that if you're going to try to emulate that stuff.
there's nothing
Didn't
worse
happen when
than
I was a kid.
watching somebody try to shits to throw a working punch. There's enough guys out there that fucking make a living that can't throw a fucking working punch.
Yeah. Well, I was 8, so I without an audience, so I was getting away with it. All my friends were. There's some things you can't work, is what I'm saying, and that's I think where the danger comes in, right? That's maybe the line.
I mean, it's
I
just
never gigged. So me and my little friends never bothered to do the blade.
fuck, man. Why would they? I saw a couple of the shows cover the Drew McIntyre, that him getting split open,
Mm-hmm.
and they went like one of the shows. I'm not going to say who, but they just went over and over and over and over about like what caused his head to get split open, and they had no evidence whatsoever that it was like finally it was like a paint shard. I'm thinking fucking. It doesn't matter what the fuck did he got fucking 15 staples. He fucking knocked his fucking
Mm-hmm.
like I don't give a fuck who if you fucking gigged yourself that fucking hard, holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid of you. See, I can't cut down to the fucking brain.
Did you do the thing, Kev, where you to thin the blood, you either took the aspirin or drank beer
Fuck,
before you gigged?
we drank
You drank
everybody.
anyway. That's okay.
Shit.
Forget who I'm asking.
Yeah, fuck. There was. I used to piss beer.
Thomas Logan, despite your objections, I think you got one last run in you. Specifically now going into this revolutionary Netflix era for WWE, Pat Patterson's 97 to 04 run was awesome. The man was on fire in his 60s, stealing the show whenever he was on screen. I see what you're doing with the on fire, Thomas. I see what you're doing. So there are, if you're listening, some photos and video footage of Pat doing the stooge gimmick he was doing at the time.
Because
He's
that's what you know.
likening this
What
to what you could do now, Kev.
I know, and when I sit there and I look at that screen, and I feel how my body feels right now, and I see being picked up and thrown through the announcing table. I'm just like, yeah, like that ain't like no. I'm done, man. Did my time. Thank you so much. Not that guy. Don't need another pat on the back. Don't need shit. I don't do it anymore. I sometimes talk about it. That's just
Is there anything about it you missed? I know the camaraderie with the guys, probably, right? Because it's
no, but
a
so
fraternity, right?
we're doing this on Thursday night,